So when I was talking to Paul and super fandom came up, one of the things that he brought up, which I thought was really interesting, was collected papers, like correspondence and other papers and stuff like that.
Definitely.
And how weird that might be in a modern era where it's all emails and stuff like that. It might not have the same vibe as...
It won't. I feel like there was unless someone was conscious of it, I feel like there was a artistry to the letter writing. To the writing. Like, Lovecraft's letters, are as bizarrely revealing as they are also like artistically done. Hunter Thompson's letters are better than his books.
Yeah.
They're the most exciting freaking thing ever. Shirley Jackson's letters are unbelievable.
Yeah.
There seemed to be almost an intentional cool or style or intellectualism to letters.
Like more intentionality.
Way more. It would take an extremely odd person or extremely unique person in this day and age to approach emails that way.
Right.
Probably because of how accessible it is, right? Because you can just write, yeah, sounds awesome, and respond.
Yep.
But with a letter, you're like, I am sending a letter
Yeah.
that won't get here for 2 weeks
Yeah.
or a week or whatever. So I'm going to give a review of the book I read. I'm going to be explaining where I'm at philosophically in life. Can you imagine doing that in an email? Dearest Ryan, to Ryan Lewis.
No, because you know what happens.
Dearest Ryan, I am currently struggling with the meaning of the newest novel. And it makes me wonder of all of our years together, where I probably just had that conversation with him on the phone that night. So the email is just like, thanks, got it.
And then it tears away all the... By the way, they finally took down the tree in the backyard. Like, you're not going to get that stuff.
Yeah, totally. That's a great one. Yeah.
Because there's not a continuance of back and forth correspondence and stuff like that. Yeah. The nuance of it is gone in like an electronic communication. You can just be LOL cool or whatever. Oh, here's the thing I was going to say. When I decide the email I'm going to send is important, I need to think about what I'm writing. That email probably never gets written.
Right.
It just gets pushed off until it's like, oh, well, I'll just call them.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So, there's an intentionality to that type of thing. But, so I guess this is an interesting thing. Do you have notebooks and stuff where you keep track of the progress of a novel or anything like that? Because I know that even when I'm creating podcasts and stuff, my notes about the book I read, I usually handwrite those. Like my questions that I'm thinking of answering.
No, I don't have that. The closest thing that I would have to what we're talking about is when I lived in New York, I was writing letters, and I have all those in that crate. By the way, we're on 3 crates now. Yeah, first living on writing letters, literally typing on a typewriter, letters to friends. We didn't have email or, and we also didn't, we did eventually have a brother word processor, which was super exciting. But anyway, the point is, no, nothing like that. I mean, that documentary that you just watched would be like the closest thing that I have to thoughts on the process or whatever.
Right.
But
yeah, that's so crazy. You don't really think about how much of the in-between is lost now that it's a phone call.
Right.
Yeah. Or what are we going to do? Collect people's social media posts?
Because I don't, right, exactly. Well, maybe.
Because that's part of it.
Yeah, that one could be good.
Part of it.
Depending on who it is. Like John Skipp's posts are unbelievable. Like you could add up at some period that in John Skipp's social media life, you could put them all together and it would make a great version of what you're saying.
Right.
Who else would be like that for us? Brian Evanson's are like that.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
But not many more people. But Evanson's are like that.
Yeah.
You could collect his social media posts and it'd be a great book.
Absolutely, 100%. Yep. There would be so many happy birthdays mixed in there.
Well, but that's nice too.
I endlessly credit that guy with being so just tactical with if it's your birthday, every year. I've stopped caring who wishes me a happy birthday. I'm just waiting to see Brian.
Yeah, well, that guy is fucking brilliant, man. Fucking brilliant, man. Jeez, oh Pete. I have not been face to face with him, which is kind of. Oh, you know Saugatuck. Did you know Saugatuck? Because it's right across the fucking lake from you.
Yeah.
He goes there every year to some writer retreat. First of all, I didn't even know about it, and I'm a fucking Michigander. But he goes every year to. I want to go just to even.
That's a cute little town. I went to a wedding.
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah. Allison and I went there twice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is a great one.
That's where I first did my Michigan U-turns that are just completely...
Yeah.
Although now that I've been here a few days, like, I'm starting to understand why they exist and, like, what the purpose of
it's good. Yeah. Yeah.
But...
It's like extra precautionary or something.
Well, it seems like it makes the flow of traffic less you stop, I go, and more like, let's just all kind of get this done.
Right.
Even if it seems like it's like a little bit fewer feet. Yeah, I'm starting to understand.
Yeah, kind of like a traffic circle in a weird, like an extended traffic circle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes the flow more possible.
Yes.
I think it's like the best way to think of it. But yeah, so like if we were talking about a modern day equivalent of like someone's collected papers and correspondence, it would be what are their social media posts?
Oh my God!
And random emails that matter. It would be it would have to be multimedia too, because it's like, do they have like posts like their TikToks or something like that? Would be would be an interesting approach to like, and what do you,
It's actually making me like want to think about the art of the letter, because like, literally, I don't know anyone who does that, and not that I would want to send. This is interesting. Hold on, because you could, as someone who wants like. Someone who wants these to be collected, someone who wants this or sees that this could be like a volume of something.
Yeah.
There's a couple things you could do. One is that you actually are suddenly aware of, hey, the email matters in an artistic way. Right. So, and then if you thought that way for a few years, well, shit, you might put that together. The other night when I said, and I did, finish book 40 2 nights ago, one of those 40 books was a series of, what's the right word? Fictional letters to a friend named A. This is before I met Allison. So the book is called Dear A. And I can send it to you if you want it. It's 50,000 words of Facebook posts that were fictional letters to a friend named A. And it was the most absurd scenario. Like every time the guy wrote his friend A, he was like, I woke up and my blanket was made of birds, you know? And it was like, or I woke up, like I was staring at a painting all day. I couldn't tell if it was the sky I couldn't tell if it was the sky or the sea, you know? But like longer than those. And so I do think there's like, can be like an artistry to that. Yeah. I tried, when I first got on Twitter, I tried to put every tweet in a telegram. So literally, when I first got on,
like blah 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 stop, blah 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 stop.
Like every tweet was like supposed to be, because I was thinking about it, like I just got here, let's make something artistic here.
Right.
The point is, I do think that stuff's possible. That doesn't mean that everyone's gonna like think it's interesting on Twitter.
Yeah.
But if you collected all those, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So who cares if anyone liked the posts, the Facebook phony letters, or the Twitter phony telegrams, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that it's possible to do that. The difference is, those guys weren't even thinking that way. Well, maybe they were. Maybe Lovecraft was thinking the letter is artistic, but I don't think so. I think he just wasn't on the phone.
Yeah.
If we weren't on the phone, when I talked to Ryan Lewis, I expressed like a gazillion philosophical thoughts about the new book, about him and his wife, about the right way to handle weird people that we meet in the business. But we talk about that. Poe and Lovecraft, they were writing that shit down.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a fucking phone between them.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I had an example of something that I thought would be interesting to explore, as far as like the idea of if someone doesn't care enough to like capture it, like it's an opportunity missed. But before we go to that, I'm going to talk about, I did that podcast booked for 10 years.
Yep.
And I kept joking along the way that like someday the booked historian is going to XYZ, understanding that like, it kind of, not like in a patting myself on the back way, but there was a level of awareness that we're having an important conversation.
Yes, 100%.
So like that 10 years from now, and it's coming true in so many ways now, where people who are discovering these authors that I talked to for all these years, and I'm like, okay, there's resources that are available for you. But here's an example I want to give of why capturing information could be important. We were talking earlier
Like for
today,
an artist or just in general?
for people who care about the books and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
Or for the artist too.
Well, no, I meant for the people who care about the artist.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
And well, and then when I say what it is, you'll totally get what I mean. You talked earlier today and it was not when we were recording, about being in that anthology that takes place in the world of The Stand.
Yeah.
Which is unprecedented, right? But no one, to my knowledge, is documenting the process of this thing being made.
Right.
But how fucking interesting would it be to see that process?
No, 100%. 100%. Especially
Right?
the doc we just watched. Like,
Yeah.
meaning, all I mean by that is, like, you see that and you realize that, like, we can document anything. And then,
Literally
right,
anything.
like anything, right.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's
kind
like,
of kicking myself because, like, I should have been talking to Brian Keane the moment I knew this was happening, saying, you need to do something where we capture what
whether
it
it's
took
phone
to
calls,
make
transcripts, because you could have had an amazing phone call with Jonathan Jans about his story, and then that could be written out.
Yep.
Or, I guess filmed, but filmed, whatever it is, like for everyone involved, and it's not just homage or like reverence of Stephen King at that point. There's a million other fucking thoughts involved.
Yeah.
The Stand was written like fucking 50 years ago or whatever it was. So it's like, that'd be like when The Stand came out, talking about something from like 1925.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and even just breaking down to the basic, like, who, what, when, where, why. Who's doing this? What are they doing? Mm-hmm. Why are they doing it? Like, even asking... So, like, now I'm actually kind of pushing myself to the point where I'm like, do I just make a series of interviews with a bunch of people, like, capturing... Tell me about this process, and, like, you know...
Yeah, no, and then you just literally... I mean, not that you're thinking just in terms of a book, but you could just put all those transcripts together.
Right.
And conversations are a lot of words. Like it sounds like a funny thing to say, but it's true.
No, it is. It's
right,
totally true.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wrote 3,000 words today, and then Derek made a joke like, I don't think I've spoken 3,000. I'm like, no, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you spoke 3,000 words today. Right.
Easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Easily. So if you put an interview with 20 different authors and a novel, Bird Box was 68K.
Yep.
So like, literally, that would be a book of just talking about this
Effortlessly,
with everyone.
that would be, yeah.
Effortlessly, that would be a book by just... Well, then do this. Do the interview with each author, right, Brian? And they would be like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. But going back to the point of it, not like me using this as an opportunity to do something for myself, it's the wider thought of the idea of that...
The archivist.
Yeah. The archivist, like the understanding of the process, like the reason you made the documentary was there's something about the process, there's something about the creation that's interesting as well.
Yes, and fun and weird and joy. Yeah. While the last day that we were editing the doc, I'm sure we're going to be editing again, but the last day that we were editing the doc, a guy that I really like, Wesley Chu, I think, God, that's his name. If it's not, delete that, posted a weird Facebook post that was like, writing sucks. If you're not getting paid for writing, then...
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, if you write for a hobby, you're crazy. If you're not getting paid at least $7,000 for everything, what are you doing? And it was literally, I was in the studio, Chris is editing what you just watched, and I just, what's up? Well, I'm going to look online, see that post, and I was like, this doc has to come out right now. The world needs this right now. Like right now, all these people were like, "No kidding, you're totally right." Well, it was like, hey, everyone, y'all remember that this is fun? Yeah. Do y'all remember? Yeah. Fun is a light word. Do you guys remember that there's weight here, joy here, electricity here? Do you guys forget that?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of them have. I like Leslie. I'm not ripping on Leslie. I love him actually. And it's like, and I'm sure if he was sitting here, he'd be like, "That's not what I meant." And I'd be like, "Okay, whatever. Let's play basketball." But it's like, it was insane for me while editing that movie to see a bunch of people saying that the writing process sucks.
Right.
And I was like, these motherfuckers need a fucking slap, man. These motherfuckers need like a reminder.
They need to go right.
This is fun. Yeah.
Yep. No, I totally agree. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to capture that idea of the archival quality of like capturing the moment, because what you did with the documentary was show someone this is what the process could look like, in a way, kind of.
Yeah. One of them,
and this
right?
is what my process
right.
looks like. And welcome into my house, and like welcome into the world of this is the way my brain gets me through a thing.
Yeah.
The thing I loved about the documentary was I had never thought about it in the perspective of you're as much of an observer as you are a creator. But I kind of felt that way when I was watching it, because like you're writing the thing and you're going through it, but you're equally kind of like discovering the way that
100%,
you know what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
Like you're like, like, okay, so this is where we're at now, and like and to be honest with you, like the milestone moments where it's like we got 60,000 words and there was these little milestones of positivity and forward momentum and stuff that I thought were really great. And I didn't mean this to go into like the analysis of the documentary we just watched together.
No, but I mean, it kind of makes sense because we're talking about archivists.
Yeah.
And like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is one version of that, but I love the idea of the like, it'd be real hard to pull off right now. And we talked about the few that would work out with, but I kind of want to send you that Dear A book.
Yeah.
I think it's 50,000. I think where it's and also they're all just like literally just it's like absurdist letters. That's really not quite the same thing though, because it's like it was using posts in an artistic way.
Right.
Whereas like what Skip and Evanson, that was like letters like Lovecraft would write.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're actually observations or feelings. Like that's a different thing. And I don't know beyond those two guys. I don't know
who's doing that.
I don't know that. And Skip hasn't done it in a minute, man. And Skip does a Substack now.
Yeah.
But I don't really know who else like in our world like does that. But those who did it.
That's the thing. Like, there's nothing really super sexy about being the guy who like archives things. Like it's like I'm not creating the thing. I'm talking to the person who created the thing. But like, how fucking valuable is that? One of my favorite things of the 12, 13, 14, fuck me, years of doing podcasts is to be able to talk to the person who made the thing to try and understand it better. Like, that's the only thing I care about. Like, reviewing books is stupid because reading a book is subjective. But learning from you, am I right about the thing I felt about this? Like, there's something about capturing that moment of like the creator saying, oh, by the way, this thing that you never would have thought of brought me to the moment where I'm writing this thing. Those are the things that I think are really impactful, right? Does that make sense?
Yes. I feel like in a way that the documentary still keeps those things opaque a little bit, because it's like if you read the book that was written in that period, you'd be like, wait a minute, this is like a legit like serious book.
Yeah.
And the doc feels more like funny, joyful, at times heavy, whatever it is. It feels like a journey or like a fun journey.
Yeah.
But that book is like serious.
Right.
And like kind of like freaky, and so if you read It Tolls for Thee, you'd be like, shit, was that a good document? Not whether it was a good documentary, but was it a good document of this book? I don't know.
Yeah.
So my point is, if what you're into is, learning more about like what's I right about this or the process or this kind of thing, I'm not for as much as it says to be that it is. It pretends or says that it's like this is the process. I'm not there's opacity or opacity. I don't know how to say it. Is in that documentary is like Actually, I don't really know exactly what is this guy writing.
Yeah.
Because it's not, written out like Carpenter's Farm was like put out live, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, in other words, I'm not sure what would be the shortest line to there. Probably fucking conversation.
Yeah. Well, that makes me think about, I was interviewing a dude named Adam Godfrey. He wrote a novella called Narcissus. And, like drawing on the whole, like, the guy gazing into the pond and all that kind of stuff. But, like, he had, like, a modern horror take on it. And it was a fun, quick novella. And I had him on the podcast. And talking about the inspiration, like, where did the idea come from? He was like, I was listening to a Marilyn Manson song. Never in my life would I have thought this guy probably got this from a Marilyn Manson song. But knowing that is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make my enjoyment of the story different. But, like, understanding the root of it, I thought was really interesting. Like,
yeah. Well, that I would say, I mean, not to keep going back to the doc, but that much is definitely in the doc, what you just said. But, like, you're right. But it's like, I'm still stuck on the care for the correspondence, like,
right.
The care for that. And like, Ryan Lewis and I have talked an average of 5 days a week for 15 fucking years. And the things that we have talked about are all almost entirely like positive, about writing and the business side and the producing side and the movie side and the celebratory side and all these like things. God damn, would I love to have like all that like in the equivalent of a volume of letters.
Right. Yep.
And it doesn't mean they would be as well written. We were just talking, but the sentiments I would love. Oh my god!
But who has the forethought
this
to
is
do
a
that?
brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Like, think about this. Think about if, like, Anne Rice or Stephen King or anyone that we love somehow had a transcript of all their conversations with their manager.
Yeah.
And it was like a 300-page, like, are you fucking kidding me? How badly would you want to read that?
Right, and that's the thing. Like, that's the thing.
Like, so how do I get that with Ryan?
Yeah.
Like, do I need some, like, dictaphone thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
You ever read that Kerouac book? I think it's called Visions of Cody.
I'm going to tell you right now, I've never been a Jack Kerouac fan.
You're not?
No.
Like, for why?
Something about Kerouac. So I've read 2 Kerouac books. I read On the Road, because everybody's read On the Road. And then I read...
Dharma Bums.
Yes, that's exactly the next one I read.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy is just trying to copy everybody else's life. He cannot have an original kind of like experience. There was something about him that made me feel like...
Like trying to copy like some sort of like outlawish...
Maybe. Well, no, like... And it's been so long
specific.
It's been so long since I read those books that I can't really back up my argument. So apologies to anybody who's listening to this who's a Kerouac fan. But like, I've always had the feeling that like he saw someone doing a thing and he's like, I want to do that thing too.
But that's not
like,
so bad.
Of the books that I went through, I'm like, where's Kerouac in Kerouac? Is the kind of feeling like
well, that's
that I had.
I feel like if you said that to him, he'd probably start crying and be like, I don't know either. Like, seriously, I think he probably would.
So I've never been...
Okay.
Yeah.
Visions of Cody has a section called The Tape.
This is Ginsberg. So I've always been a Ginsberg guy.
Oh, I love... That's Ginsberg? What is it?
That's... I mean, if you look up the cover of any of his poetry albums, that's the Buddhist symbol that he puts on all of his poetry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ginsberg is like, dude. Like, next level, dude. And the fucking like leader of getting them published and like the leader of like the brains behind the operation.
My friend, you are touching on something so important to me.
Yeah.
Because like I've read biographies of Ginsberg where it's like, oh, if it weren't for Ginsberg, who like people saw,
you would literally have never heard of Kerouac.
Yeah, people saw his genius and they gave him like NEA grants and they gave him like, and he built his own momentum. And what he did was he's like, hey, let me give this momentum to these other people I believe in.
Burroughs and Kerouac and, well, a number of them, actually.
Yeah. Sorry.
Real fast, just so I don't forget. Visions of Cody, there's a section called The Tape. And I think it's like 100 fucking pages of just Kerouac talking to Cassidy, and it was recorded, and it's like 100 pages of the book.
See, I would be interested in that.
Right. So,
yeah.
or if that worked, 100 pages of, I mean, I guess, like, again, it's probably they talked for, I don't know what that would mean for how long. That would be interesting to figure out. How long you talk for how many pages? Blah, 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 it doesn't matter. Point is,
right.
If we were looking for the modern version of letters or correspondence, it may not be as manicured or as fucking geniusly written as Lovecraft's letters, but it would be, at least we would have the correspondence. And there is a way to do that. If you can get the tape.
It would be like panning for gold. And let me tell you, like...
It would be panning for gold, for sure.
Yeah.
But how about if you went into it, like, allowing for, like, dumb small talk and shit like that?
100%.
Right.
I feel like, so I'm going to go back to my Paul Tremblay interview that I did recently. Hour and a half. I love the whole hour and a half. There was this one moment where he said, I read to be who I am. And like, that blew my mind that he said that, because he was just talking about how like, how important reading was to him and experiencing stories. And he just boiled it down to, I read to be who I am. And I was like, I don't fucking care how the rest of this conversation goes, because that was huge.
Well, then, okay. So can't you then surround that with small talk, or not small talk, but less talk, or whatever, not even less. Like, again, I keep coming back to me and Ryan Lewis. I'm kind of like real stuck on this idea now of like...
I'm going to make you obsessed with just capturing every moment of everything you say.
Well, because to have... just even... It opens with like, hey, tomorrow, 10 a.m., we're meeting with Paramount to pitch Dandy. Mm-hmm. Like, imagine that's the first line of the book. And then it's like, oh boy,
I'm sold.
Right,
I'm ready
right,
to,
exactly.
I'm
right.
ready to keep going.
Oh boy, who are you meeting with? So wait, what do they do? Like, what? How does it work? Oh, so they work at like development, like develop like the script or this or that. Oh shit. Okay, all right, my man. Okay, all right, here we go. Eyes crossed, fingers crossed. All right, bye. That's a genius opening chapter.
Beautiful.
I know,
right.
And so, man.
Oh man, I planted just a horrible seed
good.
of like you wanting to capture every word
with Ryan
of life.
All of a sudden, with Ryan. Well, no, my God, I would love one with Allison too. I mean, how long have we been talking?
I mean, 2 days, but like 29 minutes so far.
And then so almost 2 hours total, right?
That's on top of the hour and a half earlier, and then like the 15 minutes yesterday. Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I don't know how that translates to pages.
Yeah.
But even this would be like a lengthy document.
Yeah.
And we've only spent a couple days together. Imagine a week together, or talking every day for a month.
Reverse engineer it. How many hours is Bird Box?
I think it was 6.
How many pages? 200.
68,000 words, 280 pages.
So there you go. Like, so you have to imagine that 280 pages is probably about whatever you said, 6 hours and something.
Oh, right. Good point.
Excuse me.
And I don't think we touch it. I mean, I think you can. I think you can like excise stuff if like, and not like offensive stuff. That's not what I mean. You can get rid of shit if it was like, oh my God, we were like talking about like no, that would be good too. Like, what's the highest roller coaster you ever went on? Or that he loves tennis. Like, that's fun.
It's
right. Fun
because like
this is an author talking to his man, dude.
Yep. Because like if you go into
41, this is book 41.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit, I'm running around right now.
You can just get him on the call, like
dude. Actually, it's only 7:41 there.
Right. So Ryan, while you're
oh my God, okay, he's gonna be like, Josh, go to bed.
Get this crazy man out of your house. I will acknowledge that Ryan has had a huge impact on a lot of the writers that I know. In a very positive way. I feel like I need to thank Ryan for so many of the books that I've read.
Like Eric?
Eric, Michael David Wilson.
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah,
Max Booth.
Yeah.
You, especially.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, none of this happens without Ryan. Hold on, Ryan Lewis. I'm trying to figure this out, and I can't figure this out. Hold on. How do I send him a voice message? So, like this, maybe...
Are you just trying to record a voice memo? Like,
Yeah, I don't feel like typing this out right now. So, hold on.
Your cat's eating my finger.
Yo. No, but that didn't work. Yo. Ryan. I'm doing this on voice to text. So it's insane. But I have a great idea for book 41. And the idea is that it's just a transcript of you and me talking for fucking 75,000 words. I think people would love to see, like, the writer and the manager. What do they talk about? Even if we're talking about fucking pickleball or whatever, right? So, I know you're a shy guy, but is there a way, like, think about this as, like, half documentary, half beatnik. I guess that's full. Can I add a third half? I just said that.
He's going to be like, who the hell have you been talking to?
Yeah, I know. He's about to be like, dude, go to bed.
Whatever bad influence you've let into your house, please evict them immediately.
This is unbelievable. Yo, Ryan, I'm doing this on voice to text, so it's insane, but I have a great idea for book 41, and the idea is that it's just a transcript of you and me talking for fucking 75,000 words. I think people would love to see like the writer and the manager, like, what are they talking about? We're talking about, like, fucking pickleball or whatever.
It sounds so absurd when you read it out.
Or whatever, right? So I know you're a shy guy, but is there a way I think about this, like, documentary have beatnik? I guess that's full can. I have a third half? Fuck, dude. No. I'm going to have to call him tomorrow.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is so good.
That might be the best text I've ever sent Ryan Lewis. Right now, he's like at dinner with his wife. He's like...
It's going to be like, I love Josh, but sometimes. And that's going to be the whole sentence.
But I do love this idea. Like, the idea, what's the modern letter?
Yeah.
I don't think the modern letter is the email. I think it's the conversation, the phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, the conversation we're having, like, the podcast is closer to the modern letter than the email.
Yeah.
'Cause the email's like, got it. But the conversation isn't that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I this all comes going back to, like, where we're coming from here. I'm just letting your cat eat my finger while we talk.
Delphine.
Just bite down.
This is the sleeper cat in the house. Like, meaning not sleeper, like falls asleep, but like you've been here for 2 days, and all of a sudden, wait, what's this one? And this one comes out.
This one comes to
yeah,
life.
Delphine is awesome. Hey, Delphine, buddy.
Well,
I
you
love
seem like
you.
a sweet cat who likes to
Yeah,
bite
she
fingers.
is sweet. Hi, Delphine, buddy.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
Hey,
it was good.
buddy.
Yeah, bite my thumb too. That's fine. Well, yeah, this all comes...
Ryan should just write me back, no.
I mean, valid.
No, not really, though. I do, like, I've never seen that before. I think we have seen... Have we? Like, correspondence between, like an artist and a manager? Because I will say, in the horror scene, my relationship with Ryan, there's no other thing like that in the horror scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, to have that documented is fucking awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the pitch was a little off.
A little off.
Maybe the pitch was
I'll talk to him tomorrow.
not perfect. Like, Ryan, here's what I really was thinking.
He's literally right now like, I don't know what's going on, Katie, to his wife. I don't know what's happening. Josh just wrote me a really weird message.
You got inspired by something, I bet. Probably.
God, what a great idea, though. And so in Visions of Cody, the Kerouac novel, it's called Just the Tape. The Tape. Yeah. That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were talking while the tape was rolling. And it fucking reads It reads great, man.
Well, I think where the inspiration for this whole conversation comes from is that now I think the modern day equivalent of, like, you... Here's a question while I get up and dispense ice into my cup. If you were to... If you were to... Do you think you could even aggregate, whatever the right word is? Oh, now you just really love chewing on my finger.
Wow.
Like, you went right to it. Oh, this is the best finger you've ever chewed on.
I feel like we've reached Jizzly Bear status, by the way.
I know, yeah, we're pretty much there.
I think
we have approached Jizzly Bear.
I've directed 2 movies now. Yes!
Oh, fantastic.
Yes!
If you were to try to gather together all of your podcast appearances,
ooh,
like, how difficult would that be?
No, it wouldn't.
Like,
it would, I guess. Yeah, you mean like literally all of them, or enough to fill a book?
All of them.
Because I'm thinking in terms of book right now. So you're thinking in terms of archive, like archival, right? Here, I got you something.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, don't. Delphini walks in liquor all day. No.
Delphini doesn't realize how much.
No, really? You just like took my seat?
This is the energy I like from cats, by the way, where it's just like, this is my world that you happen to be existing in.
Yeah. I love this one.
Yeah. Your energy is just perfect.
I love all of them, man.
It's
almost overwhelming.
I'm gonna chew on you. I'm gonna let you pet you. I'm gonna pour out your expensive liquor. It's not expensive.
Delphini. I like that she just kind of showed up suddenly.
Yeah, but because I think that's part of it. If you've done, it's been
10 years since Bird Box came out.
10 years since Bird Box.
Which, by the way, I just want to point this out and keep in mind what you were saying.
Just to that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hate Delphini. Oh, stop it. But I've made a conscious effort not to point that out for some reason. I don't want to be like, you know what? I know why I'm doing that. It's because of incidents. I don't want this moment to be like, hey, Bird Box has been out for 10 years. I want this moment to be like, hey, there's a new fucking badass book. Right. Yeah,
incidents.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And there's some severe momentum to that. Not like just in an artistic way. It's like, yeah, it's been 10 years since Bird Box came out. Also, it's been fucking 18 years since I wrote it.
Since you wrote it. Here's what I'll say. This is wisdom.
Sorry about that.
This is wisdom from Shiloh that I think that you could benefit from. 2 things can be true. It can be the 10-year anniversary of Bird Box, and incidents can come out.
She's right. You're right. Yep. 100%. You're right. Yep. I like that she's not even here, and I'm like, she's right.
She's right. She didn't even weigh in on the topic, and she's the one who's right in this situation.
She's right. That's like Allison, too. I brought that up. Oh, you saw me in the documentary say some of the things that I told you.
Yeah.
About Allison. Like, yeah.
The person's going to treat you. Yep.
Yeah.
We were talking about accumulating all your podcasts and
okay,
stuff together.
So if the goal is just to fill a book, 100% that's possible. If the goal is to some archival fucking no, I don't think it's possible because it's gotta be Jesus Christ.
You must have been on 100, maybe 100.
Yeah, let's say 100. Let's say it was 100. And how many would it take? Just the This Is Horror ones alone probably add up to 10 hours.
Oh my god, that's the craziest thing because Michael posted today.
I know, I just saw it.
His whole thing.
He said Josh
and
Murray's one of the
you've been
greats.
on a dozen or 13 or something of their episodes or something like that.
No. When he was on episode 17, 18, 64, 65, 65, 123, 123, 124. Can I get 125?
Yeah.
125? I was like, yeah, but 125, please. It was, no. So just them alone would be literally, God, Jesus, 50 hours.
Yeah.
So.
And I've talked to you about, I'm giving myself 6, 7, 8 hours of me talking to you. That's just the
greatest things from you and Livius, though, man. You know, I bring it up, I know all the time, but goddamn, Alice and I would go to that park by that house in Ferndale and just sit on the swing set, and we'd be like, and I would be like, okay, they read Carol, you know, and just listen to you two, and we both just sit there, kind of lazily swinging in the dark. There was like a lamp on in the park, kind of. And we're just kind of like listening to you guys talk about Unmarried Carol. And it was like, God, it was fucking amazing.
That's crazy. You know that's crazy to me to hear. Like that's a thing that happened. We're not going to mention that. It's.
I think we have to mention that.
Like
Jesus fuck.
It's almost like you took the glass as close to your mouth as possible without actually getting to it.
That was like Dudley Moore. It was like or Mr. Bean. That was like Mr. Bean.
Yeah, I don't think Arthur would have missed the mouth.
See, Ryan,
that's what we're talking about.
Ryan did not write me back.
He's done with you for tonight. He's done
like,
with
nope. I'll talk to you tomorrow, my friend. But I do think it's interesting, like, not just, like, you could take that same philosophy to anything, like podcasts to, like, because you could, if you have the transcripts, which would be easy to get.
Easily, yeah, 100%.
You could have a book of, like, talking to me, Victor, Paul, I mean, anyone, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And, like, that sounds fun. Why can't you do that?
Yeah. And I think that there's something like from the perspective of a guy who's interviewed people since 2011, it would feel really fucking horrible if that amounted to nothing. Like if all of that just kind of like,
that's the thing, it's not going to.
You know what I'm saying?
That documentary was filmed in 2 months.
Yeah.
And it amounts to something. Like there's no way it's going to amount to nothing.
Right.
0 chance of that.
But like
the real question is like, are you like? I mean, you're allowed for me. Are you allowed to just like use conversations in a book? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, yeah, what's the licensing rights?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, I'm the type of person where
like,
I would say, hey, Josh, I'm thinking of doing this. What do you think? Before I published. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't. I could like that would be the greatest thing ever, man.
Honestly, like what I would do is I would transcribe all of it and just give it to the author and say, here's when we talked. Mm-hmm. Do what you will with that, because I feel like that's the right thing to do.
Shit! Wow, that went down the wrong tube. Well, that was like, okay, but I will say this, because like if you gave it to the wrong guy, like Paul is a little more, particular than I am. Like if you gave it to like Paul, I can see him being a little bit like, oh, I don't want this or I don't want that. Well, not like in a prude way. But in a like, just in a more practical way or something. Whereas
like
with me,
curatory.
Yeah. Is curatorial a word?
Don't care. That's what I said.
Okay, no, but I love. So no, I love it. Yeah, I feel like Paul would be a little more curatorial, but that's fine. That's fine. I love him for that. But I think that with me, it would be like, all right, like if with the essence of what we're talking about in mind, I go through it and be like, all right, did we like, everything's fine, this checks out, okay, this is kind of boring here, maybe, all right, it's fine, it'd be more like, we're not necessarily like reinventing the wheel, but in the book itself, kind of is.
Right.
So like a book, an author talking to his manager, me and Ryan, or you, has there been a book of like podcast transcripts? With horror authors? No. That's a Stoker Award-winning fucking nonfiction book right there, dude.
So, yeah, I could absolutely collect. Like, if you just want to like think about the people that I've had an interview with. Yeah, like even in publishing excerpts.
Yeah, no, I always struggle with that one too.
Alcohol
excerpt. What about my Mr. Bean just pouring on myself? Oh, Delfini, no, you can't. You're not allowed to have this.
Oh, suddenly we like our alcohol cat.
I'm just saying, I think this works, man.
Yeah, no, I think there's something to it, but like I think it all comes back to, in addition to, and it ties into that the fandom thing. I don't even want to go to super fandom. In addition to wanting to experience the thing, there is a curiosity and there's like a desire to know like what's behind it.
You mean the process of writing or
the process
of podcasting?
Writing. I'm back to writing. So, like, I think that's why podcasts are so important to the conversation of things, is because, like, it's the fans' opportunity to hear. And I'm as much of a fan as anybody. So, like, I love listening to This Is Horror. I love listening to Talking Scared. You've been on Talking Scared, right?
Yeah.
I love listening to Books in the Freezer, She Wore Black. Like,
I don't know that one, Books in the Freezer. Like from the Seinfeld joke? I mean, the Friends joke?
Is it?
Yeah, because I think they put the Shining in the freezer because it was...
Oh, no.
Scared them or something.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from, but it's like...
I think it's from that.
Yeah.
You want to go out front? I gotta piss and smoke, and I like to pee outside.
I'm going to bring in the recording.
No, this definitely...
This is off. This is off the record.
Yeah, no.
Time.
I would definitely like that to be on the record.
Josh likes to be outside.
I do. Even though there's 3 bathrooms in this house, but nothing feels better than pissing outside.
I've used 2 of the bathrooms in this house so far.
These guys piss inside. Jesus Christ, I need to clean up cat room. Sounds like a fucking pissing contest.
6 cats, like, here's the thing. 6 cats, and this is the situation, I think that you should kind of sort out.
Yeah. You're right.
My girlfriend has 1 cat.
You're right. Like it barely even seems like they're around.
Yeah, no,
I know.
You have a good cat situation. That's definitely the situation. That's my impression. You have a good pet situation. Let's just make it that.
Oh my god, they're all so funny. I'm gonna piss. Well, I mean, they're all so fucking like sweet and curious and.
I'm not gonna record your peeing. I am.
Man, I want Book 41 to be like Ryan Lewis and me, man.
It's not a terrible idea.
It's really not. Like, the author and the man, he's going to be like, no.
He's like, you've miscalculated what my position is.
Yeah, no. He is so shy, dude. He's going to be like, no, Josh, sorry, like, no. I would have to present it to him, is what I would have to do. Like, if I had 300 pages of him and I talking, and it was like cool, then he might go for it. But the idea alone, no fucking way. No way.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if it was like, hey, I've been secretly recording us all this time, he'd probably be like, oh, let's explore this idea. But if it was like, let's start now.
Totally
different response.
At first, he'd be like, and I'm like, no, hold on. I'm sending it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would like read it and be like, this is pretty sweet, dude.
He'd be like, oh, I get it.
Yeah,
he'd be
definitely.
like, I get it.
Yep, definitely.
That's the difference.
Yep. No, that's the greatest thing about Ryan Lewis, is that, like, my God, man. He's like such a practical thinker in a really, really interesting way. Like, not like in no way a boring way. Like, he's a practical thinker that wholly understands adventure, elasticity, extending yourself, recreation of the artist. Like, understands all those things, and also is like a practical thinker. So, but what he thinks is impractical, and this is why it's such a great relationship, is repeating yourself.
Yeah.
So, you write Bird Box. You would think a practical thinker would be like, well, we need another apocalyptic, But no, he understands. That's the last thing you need.
Yeah.
So it's practical in the right way, like the rightest of right ways.
Yeah.
Which is like, no, what other colorful, out of the box idea do you have?
Yep.
And that's how the entire relationship has been.
I can't tell you, like, I'm sure you understand how valuable that is.
Oh, dude.
But, like,
dude,
having someone to check your shit,
dude,
and contextualize your shit, who, like, understands stuff.
Yeah. Understands it in an artistic and business way? Dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. This guy is my fucking...
He's a unicorn. He's a fucking unicorn.
Yep. Yeah. He's,
Who's not on board for Book 41, apparently.
I think... Oh, did he write back? Oh, wait, why did I look at your phone?
I can promise you.
He did. He wrote me back. Oh, no. Okay, Ryan wrote me back. Oh, shit, dude. It's going to be like, Josh, okay.
Josh, it's been nice.
All he wrote was, ha. That's all he wrote.
He'll listen to. Does Ryan listen to like your podcast appearances and stuff?
I know he has, but I don't know if he,
I'll send him like the rough cut of this and like be like, you need to understand the genius behind the bullshit.
No, it's genius.
We sent you while we were
I think
drunk.
he wrote me again. Hold on. No, it wasn't him. So, yeah, no, he wrote back like, haha, But book 41 should just be a transcript of his and my talks about like, okay, so we have a meeting for Daphne today. Which, by the way, Daphne, the film side, is set up. So is Incidents Around the House. I told you. So are some other things. So are a lot of other things. One of my favorite books of mine, Pest. Yeah, a script has been written. It hasn't come out yet, the book. The script has been written. There's a ton of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you can get traction on films before like the book's even a book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That opened a door for us. We had a relationship with a Ghost House, Sam Raimi's company, and we were like, man, it sounds like they might be interested in this one book of mine, which I only had a rough draft of.
Yeah.
And then we sent them the rough draft. But the beauty of that was that at that moment, it was like, wait a minute. And then we ended up having a bunch of meetings about this book. The beauty of that was like, wait a minute, we could talk about the books that aren't published?
That's a whole different world. Like,
right.
That had to kick a door open for you.
It did. It kicked, psychologically, it kicked the door open. Because we were talking to this guy and we're like, oh, well, and then we were both like, afterwards, we're like, what about marbles? And we're like, yeah, but I can't rewrite marbles right now. It's going to take, like fucking months to do it. And they're like, let's just send him as is. And we're like, shit. Okay, so we sent him marbles as is, which is one of my favorite ones. And he loved it. We this ended up being like weeks of talks of blah, blah, blah about the movie side. What that did, though, was open the door to, it doesn't have to be published.
Beautiful idea.
Yeah.
Because
you wrote the book. It's just not out yet.
And is it... Because I haven't had to go through this myself.
That's what I'm saying.
The question,
what if that conversation was in the book?
Oh, so
That's
good.
what I'm talking about.
But now, here's my question: Is the idea? I'm going to send you the rough draft because I know that even if I gave you the most polished shit in the world, you're going to change it anyway.
Yes.
So why do I even bother going through those steps?
Yes, 100%. Nothing to add.
That's so
nothing
freeing.
to add.
That's like
100%. Yes.
That's total freedom.
Right?
Yeah, that's so great.
I can send we send you Bird Box, and the movie is like a gazillion times different. Like, what can I send you? What's the difference? So if you're gonna change everything, let me send you the rough draft.
Talk about a perspective shift.
Right.
I wonder how many people are even out there thinking that.
Right. Well,
other authors.
Well, when this podcast comes out, interviews around the house, this will be included. While I was peeing outside.
Interviews around the house. Revelatory.
I hope that anybody listening to this is thinking man, I want to go to Josh's house.
I'm so this is this whole process has fucking broken me though, because the next person I talk to, it's going to be me sitting in my office looking at a computer screen and be like, why am I not drunk with this person right now?
for 48 hours. and kicking
but
ass
also
at pool
I
and watching documentary. Oh, and Grizzly Bear's coming up. Oh man,
we're gonna watch Grizzly Bear.
Oh yeah, we are.
I hope you understand too.
An hour long.
There's no way I'm ever interviewing you online again.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm fucking driving to Michigan every time you come out with a book.
I would also love to come to your place. That sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'd like it. We'll have little fires.
No,
on
it
the lake.
sounds amazing. Yeah,
it'll be chill.
I'd love to meet Shiloh and Alice and I come out and
50 bottles of liquor.
We actually could spend the night at your house when we go to Evanston, if you don't mind.
It's a really long drive. It's a really long drive
from Evanston.
Yeah, it would not be.
It's 30-40 minutes.
It'd be at least an hour
from Evanston. Yeah. Isn't Evanston just north of the city? Am I
thinking about it wrong? 40 minutes, 45.
Evanston's 40 minutes north of the city?
No. I'm sorry, from where my place is.
No. But, so you're 40 minutes from Evanston?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so you're west.
I'm west.
Well,
northwest. I'm west a lot. Yeah.
You're west a lot. Okay.
She's
Shiloh's so you're place. In Illinois. You're not in Chicago. You are in Illinois.
I'm in the country.
Okay.
But Shiloh would be from Evanston. You could get there in 20 minutes.
Evanston is just north of the city? Am I wrong?
Like Evanston is the first city north of Chicago.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like,
right, and then Wisconsin's like 50 miles or an hour north of there or something.
an hour north.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but going to my place would be like, you got done with your thing, and you're like, let's drive for 45 minutes before we.
Yeah,
get to the place
that's
where-
not gonna happen. Right, you're right. Yeah.
I would love it more than you can possibly understand. But
Her brother lives in Grand Rapids, which is
Yeah.
like halfway, in a way.
oh, great!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I think we're probably gonna stay at his house on the way out, or just drive. I don't know. Fucking whatever.
In a pinch, you can stay at Shiloh's place,
All right, sweet.
but she's got kids and like no
Like
spare
actual
bedrooms.
kids.
No spare bedrooms. So
Well,
dude, we got almost another hour of content out of just talking about fandom and like breaking into all
and the archivist thing, the
archival
modern
stuff?
letter. Unfortunately, the modern letter is the fucking phone call. It's not the email. It's not the fucking
Yeah.
email.
Yeah.
Because nobody, like, emails are like, hey, sounds amazing, thrilling, you know? But the phone call is in depth. Like,
Yeah.
in other words, the things that Lovecraft wanted to say to someone in a phone call, he wrote in a letter.
Yep.
The things that he would have wrote in an email would have been like, it's the book is done, it's on its way. But you know,
Right.
blah, blah.
The
Yeah,
boring.
do we have audio of Lovecraft? What did he talk like?
I don't know, racist.
I guess you're right. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
No. You're probably right. I don't know. I'm not like a huge Lovecraft guy. I mean, I'm really not. I'm not like a huge cosmic guy. I'm more like way more Rod Serling, way more like small, you know.
Well, but that's the thing. Like Lovecraft, this doesn't have to be in anything. But Lovecraft is undeniably made a massive, like, unimaginable, like, impact on what horror is today. Mm-hmm. He created an entire section of what horror is.
Mm. But
oh my God,
Rod Serling is in my Mount Rushmore. I would say my Mount Rushmore of horror, just to have fun right now with us, is Poe, Rod Serling, Vincent Price, and Stephen King.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I
think most people include Shirley Jackson, but I would take Vincent Price over Shirley Jackson, yeah.
Well, you're going over different, like, mediums and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. I'm going to tell you something about me that's boring, but you don't have a choice. You're going to hear this. When I was living in Vermont, I was working for this school, I think I mentioned earlier when we weren't recording. And the building I worked in human resources, which was in this building right here. And then next to it was another building. And it's the building that fucking Rudyard Kipling wrote The Jungle Book in.
Oh, wait, what? Wait,
Yeah.
is he from Chicago?
No, this was in Vermont.
Oh, in Vermont.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he wrote The Jungle Book
No, but
in the finance building of the school that I worked
he lived
for.
he lived in New England?
Yeah. When he wrote The Jungle
He's
Book.
another New Englander?
I know. It's fucking like, it's like one of those things. It's like, man,
I know.
give the Midwest.
Fuck New England. Include that in the fucking podcast,
Yeah.
please.
Fuck New England. I said it
Fuck
really
New
loud.
Englanders, man. God damn, they're surrounded by each other.
You know who I'm
on
a big...
an island. Well, Kathy Koch is a pretty goddamn good one to have around. Oh, you know who else is from here? Legati.
Thomas Legati.
Oh yeah, suburban Detroit. Like from
my
right.
God.
Oh, you know who else is from here?
Huh.
Like lived in Franklin. Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell.
Fuck you. Yeah, no. I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
So we got some fucking
Like,
real good
Is that
ones
why
here.
If Chins Could Kill was on your shelf? I saw that.
Yeah, and Watching Evil Dead is extra. The nonfiction book is extra fucking special. Is like I'm talking. They are from 4 miles that way.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Oh my God.
No,
are you
where they were
serious?
born and raised. Yes, like 4
I've
miles.
read the
this
whole
way.
thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we want to make Evil Dead. I'm asking my
Like,
dad's
this is where they're
dentist
from.
friend
If
like,
we
to
can,
give us
if
money.
we can pull it off before the thing tomorrow, because it's the opposite direction. But the Evil Dead building, is in Ferndale, where shit we were. Man, I should have fucking taken you there. It's like a mile
The
from
next time I
Chad's house.
visit. Oh, no kidding.
But I mean, it didn't take long to get a chance house. We can go tomorrow. But
Yeah.
the only problem is the incidence reading is the opposite way. But so what? Maybe we go see the Evil Dead building in the morning, get coffee,
Get
like a
breakfast,
bagel or
whatever.
something,
Yeah,
and then fucking go out to the incidence reading. And if you want to be there for it, great.
I want to be there for the reading, I think.
Okay, you do?
Nice.
Okay. And then, you head home after?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, that's fine? Like, you're fine with that?
Fucking, I'm here. I want to get as much as I can out of this.
Okay. So, I would even say you should record that shit.
The whole reading?
Or just whatever you feel like recording, because to add that to this, imagine...
Oh, I could pick pieces out of it or whatever.
Right, exactly. Imagine,
here's what
us,
I was thinking.
Going through the rehearsal.
Because I knew this was, unconventional, the idea I had was, I'm going to edit all this banana shit together, send it to you, give you final edit, so that you can say, oh, I don't know if this makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, I would cut out the stuff you didn't want. So, I can...
There's not that much that I wouldn't want.
I know, just get everything. Just get everything. No. I think that would be a good idea. But I didn't realize how those guys were so close to this area.
No, I know. No, it's one of the greatest. Dude.
Have you met any of them?
I met Ted Raimi because I went to see a friend of mine.
Ted Raimi. Yes.
I went to see a friend of mine DJ at this restaurant, and there was only one other person there, who was also a friend of his who I didn't realize. So there was 2 people there to watch the guy DJ. It was me and Ted Raimi. And I was like,
Hold on.
I was like, what's going on right now?
You and Ted Raimi
were
the only people in the room with a DJ.
Yep. And so we sat down at a table together, and we ordered food. And
holy shit. Well, no.
And that is also
and that'll be
2 doors down from the Evil Dead building.
Wow.
All right, let's watch Jizz the Bear. Let's fucking do it.
Oh my god. Are we stopping this recording?
No.
No, we're not going to watch the whole Jizzly Bear with this recording. Right?
Well, we should.
I'm on the... I think I'm actually technically in drunk territory.
If you thought the documentary was good.
Wait till you see Jizzly Bear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my guys, oh my god, I know. We're right here. I know. Bob. Today, I know. I'm sorry.
Hey, hello, beautiful little dogs.
Okay, guys.
I know, it's been so hard without us. It's been...
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Hello, sweetheart. No, please.
Hey.
It's okay. I'm here.